So the ancient ones brought some new things to my attention. Yeah. Come to realize just how powerful the 6-point star is. You know, a lot of people see it, but I don't think a lot of people really conscious of how powerful this symbol is. Well, I'm gonna break this mystery down that the ancient ones brought to my attention regarding the 6-point star. Now, keep in mind that before there was our Caucasian looking Hebrews, before we had our Caucasian looking Hebrews, that the original Hebrews, we know that a lot of the origin of creation goes back to melanated people, because the first Romans, as they call Romans, or Greek as we call Greek, before any of that, it was the Etruscans, and the Etruscans were melanated people. Okay, now we're not getting into a color thing, but it's important that we understand the importance of black and white. Now, in ancient Egyptian terminology, when it speaks of Atum or Atim, Atum was the primary divine nectar, which is a pyramidal of the nectars of creation. And it says that Atum resonated inside of Nun, and Nun represents earth. This is important. I want to put that out there. Now, the power of the 6-point star, a lot of people are not privy to understand that the 6-point star is really a pyramid. That's right. It's really a pyramid. Now, from the sky, when you look down at the pyramid from the sky, you're going to notice a X. You know, it's a pyramid. X marks the spot. But the base of the pyramid, if placed on top of the 6-point star, you're going to notice that they actually connect. Let's look at that. So, placing the pyramid on top of the 6-point star, you would notice that the points that you consider to be the points of the 6-point star, which really folds up onto each other to make a pyramidal point. So if we was to take on the left hand side this pyramid or this triangle, and we place that triangle onto the pyramid, we will have this, right? So from the left hand side and the right hand side, you're going to notice that that pyramid shoots up to the tip, right? And looking at the base, which is that you will see this line here, the 3-point line of the tri will fit onto the corners, and the 3 corners represent the 3 points of the pyramid. And if this 6-point star is being levitated by the red glowing points, which points down to the ground, and the base is shooting it up, is levitated. So if you were to sit on the chair, and if you look from the side of the chair, you will see on the side of the chair, you will notice on the side, you will see that it is levitated up. And only thing you can see on the side view is it being lifted up. Well, put yourself in the mind eye of seeing that the silhouette or the illuminated base that you see bulleted in red or fiery glows to identify that's being a pyramid. That's being a 3-point points likened to the pyramid, because the ground itself is the base. It don't have to show itself. It don't have to show a line when you're stepping on the ground to know that it's a ground there. It don't show a line when you're stepping on the ground, because the ground is a flat base surface anyway, right? So that really means a pyramid. So placing the white triangular that connects to form an X would represent the base. Up under it is the 3 points. You see? So placing those points upwards will form a pyramid. So in essence, what we have is the 6-point star really being a pyramid. The A inside of the pyramid, this is how powerful the 6-point star is, because when you understand that the origin of creation started with Atum. Now, when you look at the letters ATM as an ATM, but it actually happened to be the name of the ancient divine nectar, Atum, A-T-E-M or A-T-I-M, but we understand that there was no vowels in Egypt. But being that they're using the vowels to try to give a name to it, we speak to people according to their intellect, right? But again, the first author of creation on the Egyptian pyramid is Atum, which makes the A in the 6-point star. Let's go over some. Let's go back so you can see, right? As you can see, the top part representing the A. Let's do this here so I can show you. Okay? And let's go like this here. So from this part to this part is what? That's an A. That represents the A. You see? A and A. And then from this point that connects to form the other part of the A. This is how important as above, so below is. Because as above is the nectars, and then below being the creation that the nectars has created. So this is why it's important to understand that as above, so low has its importance. We're finna break that down. So let's go here. Let's go back. All right. The A is Atum. In the middle represents what we call a hexagon, right? And the hexagon has 6 sides. So in essence, if you understand the power of the 6-point star, is really many sixes within 6, and also 666 inside of the 6-point star. Let me explain it to you. Let's go here. Okay? Now, if you understand, as it says, and darkness was on the face of the deep, on the outside face of the 6-point star, you see it's dark. So each point going around the 6-point star is dark. from darkness to light. So counting each dark pyramidal point is going to be 6. Counting inside of the 6-point star is the illuminated on the inside, that which gave birth to that which on the inside, okay, is a 6 in itself. Then the hexagon is 6 point inside of it. So in essence, what you have is 6, 6, and 6. Let me show you. Let's do that. Let's do this. All right. So let's do this here. That point, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Let's change the color up. Okay. 1, 2. That color's not showing. Colored it to identify with the different portions that represent 666. And as I show you, the inner part is also 6. Let's do this. All right. This is how powerful the 6-point star is in identifying. Let's do that again. All right. And let's do this. And let's use this color. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 666, right? That's 666. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 66. And then the illuminated part, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's 666. Okay? Now, what's more important, what was brought to my attention by the ancient ones, is that the alchemical symbol, but the symbol for Earth represents this here. Let's see if it let me do it. See, the symbol for Earth represents this here. This is the sign for Earth. This is actually the sign for noon. You know, that's where you get the word afternoon from. Okay? And then it crosses over. Right? That's the sign for, I botched that up. This is the sign for Earth. This is why women are representing of Earth. And it says that in the ancient Egyptology, that this man right here, this nectar right here, Atum, resonated. Atum, the A, Atum resonates inside of Atum, resonate inside of noon. Can you see the connection? This is how powerful this system is, because if you understand that the points of the pyramid, some says from the sky that a 1940 some guy was flying over the pyramid and noticed that the pyramid is 8-sided. I don't know what they seen, but in my eyes, I see 4 sides. I see a slight dip on the inside to adjust so that the pyramids it's structured so that it won't fall. But however, when we see also, there's a dip also in the 6-point star. You see? The base and the structure of the 6-point star, if you bring the points up, if they all come in together, this come in, 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 this shoot in, what would you get? You're going to have, in my mind's eye, from what's revealed to me, the pyramid. So we can't get it and see it as a negative. You understand? Because everything dealing with the creation of the gods, and we have a mystery system. And this system is a mystery because if you understand, over a smaller pyramid is a smaller star. Over a medium-sized pyramid is a medium-sized star. Over the large-sized pyramid is a large-sized star. Over the large-sized pyramid is a large-sized star. Atum is the origin of creation. Atum represents air. This is why when we talk, we breathe in air. You know what happened when air is choked out your body and you can't breathe? People say, I can't breathe. Lack of oxygen, lack of air, you will die. So Atum represents air. The air inside of earth. Because the flesh is nothing more than earth. This is the darkness that represents light. It is the dark that gave birth to light. And darkness was on the face of the deep. Because on the outskirts of the pyramid, on the outskirts of the 6-point star is darkness. And darkness was on the face of the deep. So on the face is on the outside, because the inside represents the light. You see? And it's important to understand that the symbolisms, these signs resonate because everything in creation has its original origins. Atum being the creator. The first word that's in, you also have that word he that's in she. I speak a lot about that. Now, that being a Hebrew word, that also means 5 in Hebrew. Yes, He means 5 in Hebrew. But if you look at it on their system, when they show it on their Hebrew alphabet, it shows likened to where they identify being a man or someone holding their hand up, you know, as in praise. And he is pronounced like hey. But in everything that shows in the origin of creation is identified with being a masculine, being the first creator. We hear a lot of women identify with being as if there was the first origin in creation. And we have a lot of feminine movements who feel as though that they're more superior and identify with the feminine came first. But if you go back to the origin and how the system has been systematically handed down, it says that Atum being the first creator, and he resonated inside of noon. This is why you have afternoon, and noon represent 12 o'clock, and the systems of 1 and 2 working together. This is why you have inside of the pyramid, inside of the 6, you have 6, 6. What is X? Hey, let me show you something. In the alphabet, the word he is likened to the symbol, the word he. So we go like this here. That's a 7. and that's a 1. Alright? When you look at the Hebrew word here, you will notice that the Hebrew word has a what? Look at it. We're looking at these signs. A 7 and a 1. This Hebrew word means he. He often used to represent the name of God as the abbreviation for Ashim, which means the name is a way of saying God without actually saying the name. Because in Hebrew, the name of the Most High is too holy to roll off one tongue. This is why they created Yahweh. Yah above and then way up under, like here and there. So we understand that the power of the divine is also connected to the feminine, but they can't work except by them working together. It don't make the man to be more better than the woman, because the man cannot grow and develop except by the nurturing of a mother. This is why we were inside the womb of a woman. She is important, but she cannot grow into being who she is except by divine being, divine presence inside of her. As we are a prerequisite, we are a derivative, we are a counterpart of the Most High, because we have Atum and we have Nun within us. And as we see in the Hebrew language, that the symbol for 5 happen to represent likened to a pitchfork. Let me show you something if you didn't know. So the symbol for, look, the symbol for he, that means he. That symbol right there means he or hey, which is H-E-Y. But in the Hebrew alphabet, it's H-E. And it just has the tail, as in to say hi, as in Y, but it's still in the Hebrew alphabet is H-E. And he is also within she. You see? And he is also within her. This is how powerful these letters and the words is, because it has its origins in creation to identify one cannot be without the other. As you can see, that when you turn the 6-point star sideways, you would notice that up top of it is a M, and below it is another M. You see, and in the middle is a diamond, but in essence it's diamond shaped. So I have the diamond to show you that it's diamond shaped, so that you can see the eye inside of it. So placing that symbol and placing it with this symbol, you'll notice that inside of the 6-point star is a diamond, right? A diamond and the eye inside of the diamond. To show you what I mean, you know what a diamond shape look like. So making that there, that would be, this would be our diamond. Okay, that's our diamond. That's our diamond there. And then removing the diamond, we have the eye. If you turn it sideways, this is a powerful revelation for me. And understand that you have the number 33, the power of that master number 33, because up top you have the inner illuminated pyramid and shooting 3 up and then 3 down below, which furthermore confirms the power of as above, so below, and how powerful the masculine and the feminine is. Because understand that the inverted pyramid, the inverted part, you would notice that down below that holds up the 6-point star is a V. is a feminine, letter? A feminine letter, which also equates to 5, right? You'll notice that the base is being held up by the V, the woman, and how the woman and the feminine, the masculine and the feminine are right next to each other. You see, life is made up of the verted and the inverted. You see, and up top represents, the bottom part represents the female, the top part represents the male. That Atum again. Remember I told you that the hexagon, and what the power of the hexagon is, understand that the hexagon has the Hebrew word he in the hexagon. Then next to he is the X. And then you have A, G, and then you have the Egyptian word on, represent to the divine source. Some of you can't see it, so let me help you see it. He, which again, it opens the door for 13 because H is 8 in the alphabet, E is 5, 8 and 5 is 13. Then next to he, you have X. X is also the chromosome for a woman, to show you how important the feminine is.
You can see inside of the 6-point star, which is the seal of Solomon. Inside of it is 2 X's, which is the woman chromosome, the female chromosome. But being that this is a mystery, because inside of the star being the 2 X's, in the middle could also represent the life and giving birth to the diamond, to the star seeds. You see that heaven do lay at the footstep of a woman, because to be intimate with the woman is to be intimate with God, because once one masculine and feminine reach that bliss, they both enter into a paradise state. But understand that the verted and inverted triangles I identify with pyramids, but let's say triangles connects is the reason why you see I have the green up top as an example. Where you notice these smaller triangles, the inverted, one shooting down and one shooting up, is shooting towards each other, is shooting towards each other as going up and meeting at a point, as you can see, because it's like 2 cars heading straight for each other. What happens when you connect the inverted and the verted pyramid together? When you can connect these 2 together, you will form something. Just like when you connect the top part that's above the hexagon, the pyramid above it, it forms a diamond. Okay? Let's see what happens once we connect that. Put them together. You see the inverted pyramid. You will notice that when they connect together, they form a 6-point star. They form a 6-point star. And the top part and the bottom part forms a diamond. The mystery of the star goes back in ancient time, because it is stated to be the seal of Solomon. Now, we know that the words of Solomon is 3-coded, that it has 3 sons inside of Solomon. But we understand that there is a mystery inside of the magic, because the magic of masculine and feminine coming together. Solomon's seal was frequently worn by Ethiopian sovereigns. Originally, it was reserved for members of the imperial family, heads of the foreign states, and to individuals who had rendered particularly meritorious service to the throne. Yes, the seal of Solomon, this star, is originally of Asiatic descent.
Okay? And inside of the hexagon is the A, what represents Atum again, will represent the divine source, will represent also inside of that is the pyramid. And in the X and the A is 3 pyramids right there. Because the X is made up of inverted pyramid. Up top is an inverted pyramid. Below is a pyramid. And then the A itself is the pyramid lifted up. So you have inside of the hexagon, you have 3 triangular or pyramids. Then of course you have the G, the silent G, to give power to the divine source. And then ON representing the divine God, or the Neter as we call it. Ra, as it being known. On the end is ON, and on the left is H.
You know what to do. No excuses. Walk it out. You know, it's real easy to do. If you need that motivation, let me motivate you. Find you a friend, find you somebody that's gonna get out there, that's gonna work it out, gonna walk with you. It's key. It's getting that sun in your life, getting that air in your life. Because you have to understand something. In the ancient Kemetic system, Atum and Nun, Atum resonated itself into who? Nun is where you get Nun from. So being that Nun represent earth and Atum represent that primary life, the Neter that's inside you, you have to connect with that life. You have to connect with that earth. You got to keep it moving and grooving. You know what I mean? So let's go. Let's get it.